What's up, everybody? Yeah. Episode 4 now of Ask a Jazz Dude. So let's get the show started. There's no guest today because I got some exciting news. We're going to talk about some stuff, the state of jazz music. So tune in. Here we go. Let's start the show.
Ask a Jazz Dude.
No, 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 no. Let's start the show. All right, so what's up, everybody out there in Facebook Live land? So we're gonna get the show started today, and today's topic is going to be, Mitch. What's up, Mitch Town? Man, I just played two really great shows with Mitch in Omaha and Lincoln this weekend. It was really, really killing. So what's up, Mitch? All right, so today's topic is going to be Jazz is Not Dead. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little bit about what I got going on this Thursday for Fresh to Deaf. It's a series hosted by Eddie Moore. Looks like my audio is a little bit off from the video. Guys, let me know if it's syncing up. Anyways, all right, so we're going to let some people trickle into the room. What's up, Mitch Town? Amanda Roper, what's up? So got some exciting news, so stick around later for Ask a Jazz Dude. So the topic is basically, we'll get into it, but jazz is not dead. We like to, there's always that conversation of, like, man, there's jazz, there's no gigs, there's no way to make money, blah, 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 blah. That's not true, and I'm going to give you some statistics later to show you that jazz is not dead. Mitchtown, we're going to bring that comment in there. So start to, if you have any questions, just general questions about anything, just please let me know. So I played in Lincoln, Nebraska. Speaking of Mitch, I played in Lincoln, Nebraska on Friday for a sold-out show at a place called the Boiler Room. It's this old courtroom. It's a really cool vibe. And literally room packed, standing room only, playing not playing standards, playing original music. And so many people were just like walking up to us and being like, oh my God, we need more of this. We need more stuff like this. So like the fact that you think that like there's not people out there that like jazz music is ridiculous. Like there are people that need it. The problem is they're not getting the information to them. So this is, one of the reasons why I started this thing. We're going to give them a place where they can come to find everything that, what am I looking for? We're going to give them the info so they can come and consume the music because they need it. Like people need to escape from their lives. Oh, here's a question that's coming in. Yeah, guys, shoot me some questions. I will try to do my best to answer them. So this question is from Jonathan Lane. Jonathan Lane is a educator. He runs an ensemble called the Westwood Ensemble. It's a string ensemble. Yeah, symphony orchestra is not dead either. It's just all about presentation and awareness in the community because there are people that need that music. Cool. So he says, can you recommend a scale book in bass clef that includes the diminished scales? I think you mean like diminished as in like half whole, half whole. I mean, I would honestly say I don't really know of a book, but Jonathan, man, you could just, I find it just to come up with your own patterns, like what you would do with like, a major scale. Just transfer those patterns to the diminished scale so you can get the sound in your ear. But, the formula is either the whole half diminished or the half whole. It's like whether you start with a half step or a whole step. So for instance, in C, it'd be C. The half whole would be C, D flat, E, F sharp, G, A, B flat, C, and then of course the whole half would be C, D, E flat. Sorry, C, D, E flat, F sharp, A flat, A, B, C. Right? So yeah, just do those patterns on like you do in major scale. 3 notes. Ba ba da da ba da da ba da da ba da. Like patterns like that, but do it on a diminished scale. Also, you have what I find useful in jazz, even more so than a diminished scale, to play on altered dominant chords, is the altered scale. So the altered scale is basically the first half is diminished, so it's half whole, and then all whole. So like for instance, if you were playing A altered, it'd be A, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A. And an easier way to think about that is melodic minor ascending. So if your altered scale you're trying to play is A, then you want to play the 7th mode of melodic minor. So you have to think about ascending too. In jazz, we use ascending melodic minor. So you would basically say to yourself, all right, what melodic minor scale is A, the 7th note of? B flat melodic minor. So then if you just play B flat melodic minor starting on A, which is the 7th mode, it'd be A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A. So, and then just work on patterns on that scale to get it in your ear. So cool, great question. But you don't really need a book to do that. Mitch Town says one of the reasons why. Let's bring that in so I can read it. One of the reasons people think jazz is dead because of how it's presented, crammed into the corner of a restaurant and playing at 1/3 the volume, or in a sports bar with TVs. Yeah, man. And you said that you were like, if you treat something, you said something like, if you treat something like it's special, then people will deem it special. I don't remember what you said, but it was really great point. Just want to take a second to shout out some people. What's up, Cody Case? What's up, Ryan Lee? Ryan Lee is a great drummer here in Kansas City. Check him out, man. He's got a great group called Mezzo String, which we're gonna have him on the show when his album drops. What's up, Duke Guillaume, man? Duke is my dude from New York. We used to work at Sam Ash together. He led a great big band up there, Metropolitan Gospel Big Band. Duke, great saxophone player from New York. So what's up? Cody Case, what's up, man? Cody Case, great musician in Kansas City. Well, I think he actually is in Lawrence. But he actually set up a great show that we got coming up at the end of the month for Brass and Bougie at KU. And I'm going to do a masterclass and talk about hip-hop and jazz and how they're connected. And it's going to be a free show at the Granada on, I think, February 22nd or 3rd. I have to look at my calendar. But I'm excited for that. Thank you so much, Cody. And good to see you on here. Matthew Hiramia, what's up, man? Matthew was a great drummer. He was one of my students in Future Jazz, KC. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's doing in the future, musically. So what's up, Matthew? What's up, Elaine Hernandez, great trumpet player, singer in Omaha. What's up, Trey? Glenn Wheeler. Glenn, good to see you, man. It was great seeing you. That was a pleasant surprise at the gig. Glenn Wheeler is one of the dopest chefs around. He used to own a restaurant called the Bombardier I used to play at when I was going to school at UNO. Glenn, man, I didn't get to talk to you about this, but I want to have you on the show at some point where you could talk about cooking and your concepts and and we'll actually Facebook Live you making a meal or whatever. So I got ideas. Ask a Jazz Dude is not just going to be about like jazz and super Locrian scales and hexatonics and all that. We're gonna interview chefs, artists, comedians, lawyers, like everything, man. We're just gonna do it all, make it entertaining for everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Aaron Walker, what's up, man? Aaron Walker was my roommate in college, my sophomore year in college, in Valdosta. So good to see you on here, man. Hey, Angela Walsh Fisher. Angela is a great, one of the best supportive mothers that I've seen. Her son is Quinn Wallace, the young trumpeter at UMKC, who was also in my Future Jazz program. So you're going to hear a lot from Quinn. I'm definitely looking forward to see where that young man is going to go. And it's great that he has such a supportive mother. So big ups to you, Angela. Oh, Glenn is in. Yes. Yes, man. So we'll do that. We'll do that sometime soon, man. I'll hit you up and talk to you about it. Yeah. So great. Anyways, so it's good to see you all on here. So jazz is definitely not dead. So what I'm going to do at this point, I'm doing a show this Thursday at the Record Bar. Okay, Record Bar is on like 13th and Grand, just right outside the Power and Light District, for a series called Fresh to Death. Eddie Moore, who's a pianist who was on my first show, episode 1 of Ask a Jazz Dude, great guest. Man, dude works hard. He's compassionate. Great piano player. He started a series called Fresh to Death, where it's jazz and then it's also infused with hip hop, and it's like all improvised. So, great concept. So they play music for 4 hours, not rehearsed, all on the spot, and then people can come up towards the end for a jam session. So anybody, a poet, MC, instrumentalist, vocalist, anybody can get up and jam with the band. So it's a dope concept. So I've never seen this happen anywhere. I'm sure it's happened somewhere. But what we're going to do this Thursday is we're going to do it with an 18-piece big band. Fresh to Death, 18-piece big band, all improvised with 2 MCs, Kemet the Phantom and Kadesh Flow, and my big band. We're going to do a set up front of the brass and bougie stuff, and then, man, all improvised. I don't even know what we're going to do. So it's going to be exciting to do this show for you guys at the Record Bar. So that's February 1st from 7 to 11. We're going to have a DJ too. It's going to be Leonard Destroy, I think, is the DJ for that. So it's going to be crazy, man. I'm so excited because I think it's the first time it's been done. And also, it's going to be crazy because we don't know what we're going to do. It's going to be all improvised with 18 people. So, it's crazy. Anyways, what's up, Dave Cooper, man? Dave Cooper is a great trombone player. He's got a great trombone studio. A lot of his kids make all-state band on trombone. Heck of a player. Even better dude. So, good to see you on here, Dave. Ken Janik, great alto player. He played some gigs, lead alto in my big band. We played in Omaha. So good to see you on here, Ken. Good to see you. Yeah, so what I'm going to do to just give you guys a taste of what's to come for the Brass and Bougie thing, I'm going to play a little bit of an arrangement that I did for Kadesh Flow, who's also a great, incredible MC, but also a fantastic trombonist. And he has a song called Post-Racial. And there's to the Brass and Bougie, there's definitely like socially, politically like conscious content. So this is one of the things. And when you think post-racial, you might actually think like, oh yeah, like a post-racial society. But he's actually talking about himself after President Obama was elected and how he felt about it. So post-racial. So tune in, leave comments what you think. Please share this feed, guys. It'd be great. Get 100 people watching this, and then we're gonna get into the topic of why jazz is definitely not dead. So here's post-racial. Hope you enjoy.
Words are rapping and pack lines. When it's not the court, the DOJ indications. Race or race, crime and how, whatever race you're debating. Seems like only with blackness is the way that we say it. Ignoring data coming almost by the day indicated. They crime is more based on poverty, but late education and environment. They on any level based in the races. Making us racist and keep us on the label and basis. Say they don't hate us and I believe them. Problem is racism is stuff that they try to act like they right deletion. Like we're beyond the fake institutional model features. All existent, we make up racist problems and life and fiction. Check the real estate history when you buy a lease it. Research the home loans and out into the 90s. Even really based on race. Families in the crime arenas. The youth of urban crime is race on race. Case by case. And not black on black and not superiority. Look, I'm not trying to say no race. It's just data showing what you're saying is factually incorrect. I won't intimidate you with numbers and percentages lyrically, but not of it ultra actually disrespect. But I'm like Rachel fucking hurting you. They keep cutting school funding, but approved through prisons to the forest too. Yeah. So how you gonna say that we're post-racial? So how you gonna say that we're post-racial? So how you gonna say that we're post-racial? the record. Black Americans are sick of gang violence too. Sick of kids supposed to miss them and saying fights in school. Wanna give the youth confidence to make massive moves. Know what groups you accuse of painting race trying to do. Spend more time on that than protesting all the cops. Make sure little Marcus isn't posted on the block. Teach him so he's less likely to grow up and get shot. From foster privilege, he keeps controlling all the shots. It's like positive efforts never flowing to your thoughts. Just defense mechanism, deflecting compensation. Stop a risk and tell us you social investigation. Pick up resistance, there won't be illegal suffocation. So like this is act over with no provocation. Really these are symptoms of a post-racial nation. Just a rape display by a Ferguson protester. His face will say the end will say it's just in that location. People wanna claim that we're post-racial. A lot they won't take so. You're trying to talk reality. They turn around and tell you conversation is excessive. But color folks out here getting violently arrested. It's all lives matter till it's time to reach the helpless. They're lower to the top veterans benefits for years. Refugees, the victims, suddenly the best need the effort. It's like we only eat the bigger 3 and 3 for It's called post-racial. After that show, there's a lot more of me coming.
Yeah, how about that ending? All right. We're definitely post-racial after that ending.
All right, so that was post-racial. I hope you guys let me know what you thought about the tune in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the Ask a Jazz Dude show. So starting next week, the show is actually going to be coming from the Ask a Jazz Dude page. So not my personal page. So after you're done watching this feed, go just do a Facebook search for Ask a Jazz Dude and like that page so that you can know when we go live every Monday at noon. All right, so I wanted to get into the topic. Oh, thanks, Taryn. Thanks, TK. What up, man? So to talk about the topic of jazz being dead. Man, and I was like so guilty of this too, man. Like just being down on people not coming out to shows and people, clubs not paying enough and like all of this stuff, man. And I just, like after I started thinking a little bit more positive, I'm seeing things that are letting me know that it's not dead. It's far, far from it. Okay, so I came across this story. It's a CBS poll here. And they did, on Grammy weekend, they polled people and wanted to find out what their favorite style of music was. All right. So they said that country and rock are America's favorite music styles, according to a recent CBS News poll. 21% of Americans say that country is their favorite kind of music, while 18% say rock. A slight 3-point difference that is within the poll's margin of error. So that doesn't surprise me, because country music that I've been watching is by far the most loyal fans, the most loyal people who go out and attend concerts. Yeah, and it'd be great to see everybody who's on here just put in the comments what your favorite genre of music is, if you have one. Because I'd just be interested to see what the listeners are doing. And also, guys, just if you have any questions about anything that you want me to try to humbly answer, then you can put those in the comments too. Country music fans buy the most music. They consume the most music. So there's like a culture of them going to support their artists, which is great, which is fun. And then rock, yeah, I agree with you, Mitch. Like rock, I don't know exactly what they mean by rock. Maybe like alternative. I don't know, because I don't really know like rock bands. Like there's not very many like true rock bands that I'm aware of anymore. All right, so country and rock are followed by popular music. Yeah. Hip hop is a dominant force today. I agree. I'm just going off of this poll, but yeah, I think there's some margin for error. So, rock 18% of people, popular music 14%, classical 10%, R&B and soul 9%, hip hop rap 7%, jazz 7%, Christian gospel spiritual 5%. Now, they also break down that men prefer country less than women, 18 for men, 24% of women. Rock, men like that more, 22%, women 14%. Popular music, men like it less, 12%, 17%. Classical music, it seems a little high for me, but that's killing if those numbers are true. 11% and 10% of women. R&B soul, men, 6%, 11%. Hip-hop and rap, 11% men, 4% women. Jazz, 8% men, 5% of women. Christian gospel, 3% men, 8% women. Now, this is where I feel like the numbers can be a little bit off because they also do it by race and age. But I think more so the racial stuff is more important. So out of country, 26% of the people that like country were white, 7% black. Rock, 21% white, 2% black. Popular music, 15% white, 8% black. Classical, 11% white, 7% black. R&B, white, 4%. Black, 39%. 39%. Hip-hop and rap, 5% white, 13% black. No, that's for jazz, sorry. And then Christian gospel, 6% white, 8% black. So, yeah, I think the majority of people that are black like hip-hop and rap, but there's less black people on the planet. Not on the planet, but in America. So that's how the numbers. Let's see. Mitch Town. People say that they like classical, but I doubt they're buying it. Just tune into the local NPR station. Yeah, I mean, I think favorite genre versus like actually buying music. That's why I think like country is like country fans buy music. They buy the music. It's just a cultural thing that they have. It's great for country artists. So, but with that being said, if this poll is true, then 7% of the people in America list jazz as their favorite genre of music. Yeah. Pete Carroll, what's up, man? Glad I'm a 4%er. Yeah, Pete Carroll, great trumpet player. Used to play with Al Green. Al Green's trumpet player. Love playing with that dude, man. He's a good dude, great musician. Really cares about the music. So if 7%, now this is 7% listed as their favorite genre. So favorite genre, not just like they like jazz. 7%, right? So that's not even counting the people that actually like jazz. It's just not their favorite. Like they might love hip hop, but jazz is their second genre. Or they might like country, but jazz is their second genre. So what that says to me is, like, I live in Kansas City right now. So, like, I think Kansas City metro area is like 2.15 million people or something like that. So 7% of that, not the best, like 147,000, like maybe 147,000, 150,000 people. Somebody's got a calculator, they can figure that out. But I'm just going quick math off the top of my head. People. 150,000 people in the city that I live in, if I'm going just off the national average, and it's probably more because I feel like people who like jazz probably live more in cities. So a rural area probably wouldn't like jazz as much. That's just me stereotyping, but I don't know. So that says to me, 150,000 people, jazz is their favorite genre, and they're probably looking for that music. They want to go see that music live because jazz is definitely being there live is way better than listening to a recording because you feel like you were part of the experience. So we, as jazz musicians, have to figure out who those people are and get the music to them. It's that plain and simple. Of course, my favorite genre of music is jazz. Sometimes I have a hard time even finding out what, like when people come from out of town, like finding out who's playing where. I really have to search for it. So what I want to do is at the end of the show, start to build like a jazz calendar. So at the end of the show, it just scrolls down and we can see what's happening in jazz for that week. So that people who want to consume jazz music can start to come to shows. And it's a win for everybody. It's literally, they will get the music that they want to hear to escape. Oh, cool, Pete, man. Thanks for stopping in. Cool, man. Talk to you soon. Thank you, man. So, yeah, like, if we get to those 150,000 people, we're not even talking about, like, the people who just like jazz. We're talking about that's their favorite genre of music. And so if we get like 10% of those people to our shows, because they're not going to all 100. I'm not stupid enough to go like, oh man, like these 150,000 people are coming to my show because jazz is their favorite music, or coming to Eddie Moore's show, or Peter Schlam's show, or Steve Martin, or Ryan Lee, whatever. Like, I know that, but I guarantee you, on a Friday night, 10% of those 150,000 people probably would love to go out and hear some jazz. So that's crazy to me that like that many people like jazz and we say it's dead. Like 7%, of people. Robert Castillo. One of the ways to take music to proverbial dim is to book non-jazz venues and split bills with bands of other genres that are objectively good. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah, that's a good deal. Like, yeah, I'm doing that with my big band. We're playing some like non-jazz venues. Starting to do that, and it seems to be working. What I'm going to propose, or what I'm trying to do, is to actually. Sorry, guys, just 1 second here. Trying to get back to this feed. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to propose to do is to still play venues, but also do my own concerts, where I just find a spot, a venue, and have people come in. Like if I'm going to do all the work to promote my gig, like I want to reap the benefits of that, and I want my musicians to reap the benefits of that. I think venues are good. Like I eventually want to interview some like booking agents and owners of jazz clubs and like talk to them, about it. I think they're definitely important, because if a venue can basically market themselves as having jazz, like top-notch jazz entertainment every night of the week or a particular night of the week, and people can just go there because they know they're going to get quality music, like I think that's how venues should market, is to just, we're going to give you quality anytime you show up, So then when the artist promotes their show, the club already has a built-in following, and then the artist promotion is just surplus of that. I think a lot of times, and I'd be interested to interview them to see what they're talking about, but I think a lot of times they just expect the artist to bring everyone to the club. And then it's like, your club is not growing because all the people that are coming there to see a particular artist. They're not coming for your brand of club. Finding the right venue for your group is a challenge. Yeah, I agree, Jonathan Lane, but as we grow and as your ensemble grows, I think if you can bring more social awareness and build a community, then you're going to have way more leverage to find a venue. If you build up to where you're averaging 1,000 people a concert, there's going to be lots of venues that you can play. You know what I mean? So I think the issue is we don't have enough leverage yet. So I'm working on that. I'm working on trying to build a community where we have leverage and everybody wins. I'm not saying leverage like I have, 1 million followers on my social media, so you need to pay me like, $100,000 for this show. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, not like strong arming somebody, but having leverage so that you have a community, people feel involved. Like this show is my idea, Ask a Jazz Dude, but I want it to be like a sense of community, and everyone who is interacting is also their show too. Like it's not just me, it's everyone. So that's important. So we're going to build, if we can all work together, we're going to build leverage so that we can have the right venues. We can get paid what we should get paid, and venues will sell food and drinks and give people a great experience, and they will make money and stay open. And it's a win-win for everyone. Right now, I think it's more of like a self, like a me thing. Like clubs are like, you have to do all this work to get into a club, and then they really don't market themselves like a lot of them. The good ones do, but a lot of them don't. And then, like, I should be seeing ads for like jazz clubs popping up on Facebook. It's like literally like 3 cents for somebody to click on your ad. Like, why aren't clubs promoting stuff on Facebook? It's like such cheap advertising. So we're just going to create the leverage so that the people that want to consume jazz music or whatever kind of music you're doing or whatever it is you're doing, it's right there available so they know about it. So jazz is not dead. All right. So I'm going to start to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please go over to the Ask a Jazz Dude show and like that Facebook page, because this will no longer be going live on my page, my personal page, so that my friends will stop getting tired of seeing me go live all the time. So Ask a Jazz Dude, go over to that page, like it, share the video. If you want to be a guest on the show, please inbox me about being a guest and what you want the topic to be. Also, please share the video. Be great to get some people watching this. Tag musicians who might not know about the show. And they don't have to live in Kansas City. I have the ability to Skype in, so I'm going to be Skyping in some guests from Atlanta, from New York, from the West Coast. So it'll be fun. Like I'll be Skyping people in, so they don't have to be in Kansas City, because it's not about just Kansas City. It's about everywhere. Please, tag a comedian, tag a chef. Like I'm gonna be interviewing all kinds of people. So I have some really big news for the show. I can't like tell you right this second, but I'm gonna do a live video, like 5-minute live video, probably on Thursday or Friday, with the news for the show. Ask a Jazz Dude has a great partnership coming up, and a very, very special guest for our first partnership show. So I'll go live probably on Thursday to let you guys know about that. I'm really excited. What's up, William Holyfield? Good to see you on here, man. Max Wellman, what's up? Good to see you. Chris Hazelton, good to see you on here. So just building this community up. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules to watch the show. Hopefully it was entertaining and with some good information. Next week we'll have a very, very special guest. Actually, I'll go ahead and tell you who the guest is. So I can't tell you the other thing, but I'll talk about that Thursday. Next week, Ask a Jazz Dude, Kansas City's own fantastic trumpeter, fantastic musician, now who resides in Paris, Herman Mahari. Herman Mahari is going to be our guest next week on Ask a Jazz Dude. So make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be great. I can't wait to talk to Herman about his success, his record, what it's like in Paris. So Herman Mahari. So tune in for that. Also, guys, right? The noon I thought would be a good time for the show, but it seems like, I don't know, some people are like, I always have to watch the show later. So maybe I'll send out like a Facebook poll and see what's a better time for people to watch the show. Because it's cool if you can watch it later on the page, but it's even better if you can interact with the show. That's the whole reason why I'm doing it on Facebook Live instead of just like YouTube or whatever. I want people to like be able to interact with the show, ask questions, make comments, like share, and I can share comments, like Jonathan Lane said, musicians need to learn social media marketing and economics. When Eddie was on the show, there was a great question about that, like jazz and the conservatory model, and I think more schools are gravitating towards music business, which is very important. So yeah, that's super important. Anyways, yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week with Herman Wahari, and stay tuned for the big reveal. All right, we'll see you. Talk to you soon. Squad.